What's up, my dudes? In this video I'm going to teach you how to do a very basic job spell. Now this was actually a client spell that I did a few months ago, but they wanted to get a visual of how I did the spell. This is going to be a very toned down version, but if you want to create a job spell, this is something that you can use. So to start off, I will be using this New Moon Black Salt. I created a video about that last week, so if you want to see how to make that, you can. I'm also going to be using one of my custom black candles. It looks normal on the outside, but this one actually has herbs on the inside that correspond to abundance and prosperity, which is the main focus of this spell. You're also going to need everything that I have here. You can add different herbs if you would like to. Different herbs you can add are Basil. It's a good herb to use for abundance and protection. And you could also use, if you can see, Chamomile. This is also good for abundance and protection relating to the spell. For the oils, you're going to need, I don't know if you can see it, but that says cinnamon and bergamot. These are very good for abundance and different properties, but if you don't have these, you don't necessarily have to use them. Also optional is a crystal. This is a piece of pyrite. If you would like to use something like this or anything that attracts wealth or abundance to you, this is a good crystal to use for this spell. For the candles, like I said, you're going to need a black candle. You don't have to have a special candle, but I'm going to be using because I made it. You're also going to need a green candle. This can be either a light green or a dark green, it really doesn't matter. And this is the only type of gold I have. It's not even fully gold, it's more like gold plated. A gold or a silver candle would also be good for this spell. Also, in addition to these ingredients and the herbs that I mentioned, you're going to need some sort of dish. You don't necessarily have to have a dish for this. You can just have this on your altar, but I like to keep all of my spells contained. And also I will be using fire, so make sure you are using a fire resistant dish. So if you want to add a bit of custom intentions that are bigger, or maybe if you don't want to use a bay leaf, you can also use a petition paper. But yeah, let's get right into doing the spell. Before you do any of these spells, obviously make sure you understand fully what the spell is. This is going to be a spell to grant the person their ideal position and their job, and also to just have a bit more abundance in their work area. So the first thing we're going to add is this New Moon Black Salt. Like I said, I have a video on this if you want to learn how to make it, but this is just some New Moon Black Salt that I made to focus intentions and just boost any sort of manifestations when I'm creating a spell. Also, if you talk about my nails, then you're racist. So we're going to start with a basic circle. This is the basic thing that you would do when you're charging anything, but this is just going to be to lay out good intentions and also provide a bit of grounding for the spell. Next, we're going to use the green candle. This is good for prosperity, career growth, and any sort of abundance you'd like to bring to you. We're just going to place that in the middle. Since that is the main focus of the spell, you can have the certain candle in the middle for a boosted effect, but I'm just going to start with this. Next up, we have this gold candle. This is good for success and recognition. This is good if you have a lot of clients, or maybe you have a lot of competition in your workplace and you want to just increase your success. This would be good for that. Also, it's good for recognition because it's really sparkly, really stand out, and just put you above everyone else. When you put this on the right side, it doesn't really matter which side you're using. For me, the right side tends to be more of the outwardly expression, so this is more of the outward, so outward to other people. And then we're going to use this black candle. This is more for bringing towards me with my left hand, so this is going to be for removing obstacles, removing anything from me, moving any sort of defects that would just hinder me from receiving whatever type of effect I'm looking for. And then we're going to add this crystal. We're not really going to put it inside the dish, we're really just going to use the energies of it. But if you have a few of these, you can create a grid, which is basically like a 9x9 space for your crystals. I'm not going to be doing that since it's just the one crystal, but I'm going to use the Pyrite crystal for this. I'm just going to put it on the outside because I'm going to be burning stuff. Brought a cat here. Get a cat, they said. It'll be fun. The next thing we're going to add is cinnamon essential oil. This is good for success and also protection. It also gives a little bit of fiery protection to whatever you're doing. I find this a bit better than just regular protection because sometimes you don't want it to just be protection, you want it to also be a little bit of offense, and cinnamon is good for that. So I'm just going to place it on each of the candles. If you want to, you can just wipe it over each of the candles, but I'm not going to be doing that. Why are you making me look foolish? Next essential oil we're going to add is Bergamot. This is really good for confidence and any sort of luck. So maybe if you're one of the shyer people at your job, or maybe you want to stand out amongst more of the loud crowd, then this will be good for that. This is also very good for luck. I don't really see the benefits of luck for this spell because we're actually doing a spell, but this also has the properties of luck. The next ingredient is Basil. This is very good for job success and any sort of prosperity. This is also a good protective herb. I tend to use this a lot for protection because it's like mint where it's very protective, but it's also not too overbearing. And the next ingredient is going to be chamomile. This is a good herb for luck in your career, so any sort of career success that you would like to do, and also financial stability. Also, if you would like to add a petition to your spell, you could have done this before you put the candles down. I'm actually going to be having the paper burnt underneath this, and then I'll be doing another spell with that petition. But if you would like to just add the petition to this, you could have done it underneath the candles, if you wanted to do that. So this is really an optional ingredient, but I like to add a little bit of offering to personal spells. This isn't something that you necessarily have to do, but if you are going to be doing a larger spell that maybe requires energies that are outside of you, or maybe you just want to add a little bit of extra effect, you can add some sort of offering. This offering is from a spell blend that I did yesterday. It has different properties that relate to this, but you can also just have different herbs related to whatever you're working with. And then the final thing is a green lighter. This is good for prosperity and abundance. If you like to add a bit more effect to this, you could also use a red or a black lighter. The red will be good for strength, and the black is good for domination if you need that for your spell. The way this spell was described to me, it's not necessarily competitive, but they would like to have the upper hand when that comes to getting clients for them, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And like I said, you can light these in any sort of fashion, but I'm just going to be starting from the middle, going to the right, and then going to the left. As you can see, the essential oils are making it burn more, but if you don't have the essential oils, or maybe if you use different ingredients, it will not burn this way. It's also a good representation of different types of candle burns. Some of them are slow and steady, some of them are a bit more overpowering, but a little bit more like destructive. As you can see, it's coming apart. This is more for like spreading. And this candle, it's a higher flame, but it's a lot more steady like the first one. And it's not as much of a mess as the black one. A little bit of candle reading, but that's the end of the spell. Again, this is for a job and career spell, so if you have any sort of job or career that you would like to boost, or if you would like to add any sort of effect to your job, or if you're looking for a new job, you can do this spell for this. Also, if you're going to be using a petition paper, use a black for domination or any sort of protection if you are sort of uncertain or maybe need a bit more protection in your work. You can use a gold for luxury, more wealth and abundance, or you can use, I don't have a green Sharpie to show you, but pretend this is green. You could also use another green for growth and careers. As this is burning, you can either say affirmations as it's burning, or you can add any sort of petition or bay leaves to the flames if you would like to. Again, this is for a job and career spell, so if you have something specific that you like to work on, you can also add that to this. So if you have clients or you want to create a certain amount of business or a certain amount of sales, you can add either a custom petition for that, or you can add a business card or anything related to that. This is a pretty advanced spell, so if you would like to take away certain things from this and make it to your own, you can. But this is a more advanced spell using 3 different candles, a lot of different energy, a lot of different materials. But if you don't want to do all that, you can just create either one of the candles specifically, or you can just downsize the amount of ingredients that you use. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Have a good day, night, life. Enjoy yourself and be happy.